Welcome to my woodworking world. I'm Paul, and today I'm actually going to do a project. Today I'm going to make a workbench using this. I've got some recycled pallet, which is quite, I don't know if you see that, it's actually quite big boards. So I thought ideal for making a workbench. So the unfortunate bit is I've got 3 of these square timbers, but I need 4. So I've got this wood for the it's going to be the top, so this will be the top. I'm going to joint it using biscuits because I want to kind of make it strong. So also I'm going to put 2 together and put it to length to make another leg. So I have no plan, so I'm just working out at the top of my head, so you have to bear with me, but stick around and see how I make it. So now I'm going to put the 2 bits of this more or less 2x4. So I've got the length of the table leg I want from the pallet before, so it's about the right height. I don't need to cut that, so I just need to cut the 2 pieces to make another leg. So I'll just cut it. Remembering to put your safety glasses on. Right, now these 2 pieces are actually cut to the right length. I'm going to now drill it, pre-drill it, then screw it and glue it, and then let it dry while I get on the other bits. One thing I've had to take into consideration for my plan for the design of the table is I need to, afterwards, if I ever need to get it out of the room, I need to take consideration the actual width of the doorway, which is 700mm. So I need to make the base 700mm. So the top will be bigger, but the base needs to be 700mm, so I can actually then get it out the door if I ever need to. So now I know that, I can then cut the side bracings to the size that I need. So let's go and do that. So now I'm going to mark this 700mm long. It's about 27.5 inches. So I have to do that on both ends. also I'm going to put some bottom braces across. So with this piece I'm going to cut it to the right length, and then I will split it in half on a table saw. So let's cut. I've done all the side pieces for the bracing on the side, so these are the ends. What I want to do, because they're from a pallet, and if you see there's you have a kind of, it's like nearly a live edge kind of edge on most of them. So I want to take that off and make them all the same width, so it looks good. So I have this piece here, which is the smallest, which is 115 millimeters wide, or 4.5 inches, and then I've got the wider boards, which are 140 millimeters, or 5.5 inches. So as this is the smallest board, I'm going to take all of these down to the same size as this, and then that will get rid of all these rough edges. So that's what I'm going to do next. So here we go. Right, so now I've done all I need to do for all the bits cutting for the frame on the bottom. So now I want to focus on the top and make a start to do that. What I want to do is, if you see that the actual timber I've got is, as I said, it's about 2x4s. So it's just under 4 inches, and so it's 45 millimeters, or 1 3/4 inches, by 3 3/4, or 95 millimeters. Now what I want to do is I want to put them all edge to edge like that, but I don't want this groove running down the middle. I want to take them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the edge off on both sides, and then basically join them together. That way the top will be flat rather than having a lump in it, and I think it would look good like that. So what I'm going to do now is cut all these at the same time, but what I'm going to do is, with the ones I'm using at the top, they're all going to stay the same length. So next step is to take the edge off. So let's do that. All the bits are done for the frame, so now I'm going to put these together. These are the bits for the top. Put these together, mark, well, I'm clamping them first, so I'm clamping them all together so I can mark where I'm going to put the biscuits, so that when it comes to putting it all together, it'll be easier. Okay, I've got my two pieces for the top. They're glued together, they're dried. I've taken off most of the glue squeeze out. What I'm going to do after it's completely finished, I'm going to give it a good sanding over and make it as flat as possible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and replicate what I've seen on some of the YouTube woodworkers have got benches with gaps in the middle. I think the Wood Whisperer may have one like it. So I'm going to try and replicate that. Basically I'm going to put a 12-inch piece there and then have a gap of 6 inches and a piece of 6 inches and a gap of 6 inches. So I can just put me clamp through, turn it and then clamp the piece to the workbench. Because I thought that's quite handy to have. So okay, the top's drying. I want to secure afterwards. I want to secure the base to the top. I thought I may go through the top and go straight into the frame, but I also decided that it would be easier to do pocket holes, maybe a few pocket holes. So I've got my pocket hole jig and I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to put my jig up into there because now I've got the table framed together. I can't actually physically turn it upside down and put it on the bench. And I thought this way it's solid, so I'll do it upside down, and I'm now going to do lots of holes. So also going to do, as well as the top, I'm going to have a bit where I make a kind of trough. Again, I've seen it on Paul Sellers' workbench. Has got a trough for tools, so I'm going to put one in. So what I've got is I've actually got an old flat pack shelving unit that we don't actually use anymore, and what I've done is I've taken it apart and it's just the right size to fit in the gap here. So the worktop will be overhung a little bit, and then this will be the trough at the back. So I'm going to put this in now, and then when the glue is dried, then I'll fix the top in afterwards. So I'm going to screw it now. Now the table is glued, now the top is glued and it's dried, what I'm doing is on the bottom I'm just going to clean any of the glue up, and then I'm going to give it a bit of a planing, just make sure it's flat, and turn it over and then attach it underneath. So I'm now going to plane. So finished the workbench. I've got the vise on here, I've got the clamp holes in between, and I've got a trough at the back. So it means that I've got a few solutions. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet, but as it's a workbench, I'm not really too concerned about that now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like, click the thumbs up. If you didn't like, it's your choice. So if you would like to subscribe, I'm going to do some more projects in the future, so keep your eyes open. Subscribe if you want to see them. Thank you for watching. Bye.